So this is a story of grief and loss told in such a weird freaking way because it's David Cronenberg, but I don't know if the whole message came across completely. Chase Lehocky here at the Blue Futon reviewing the Shrouds. So what is this about? Pretty simple premise. So we have a very rich guy, Vincent Cassel. I'm pretty sure I his name completely wrong, but I'm just an idiot. Anyway, so he owns a plot of land. It's a gravesite and a restaurant. And with these grave sites, you have dead people. Of course, that's what it's for. But there's cameras in there, right? And you can see your loved one's body and how it slowly decays. And at the same time, vandalism has ensued. And who did it? The Russians? The Chinese? Eco-terrorists? Who wants this data? So, did I like this film? It's a weird one that I still don't know if I understood the overarching message and what it was trying to say. So when thinking about the story itself, yes, it's all about grief and loss. And there's a lot of weird characters in this movie. Like I said, you have Diane Kruger, who also plays two characters, her younger and older sister, Guy Pearce, who's like the brother-in-law. You have this blind, half Korean, half French lady who's trying to get this Hungarian person. Then you have this eco-terrorist plot of like who's actually doing these bad things to the graves and things like that, because they're all about cremation and not about putting people in the earth and things like that. And I understand what it was trying to go for, and there were some unique aspects to this about like conspiracies and things like that of what one person can't do. But I just think when the movie ended, which was a very abrupt ending for a 2-hour movie, that I was like, and that's what I think I understood from this movie. So the positives, the uniqueness of it, and just the overarching thinking of who done it and why is everything doing what they're supposed to be doing. And what I mean by that is like these weird micro probes on the bones and things like that, and having this a complete conspiracy movie. This is a 100% conspiracy movie of what's going on in the bones, who's doing this, who's doing that, who loves this person, who loves that person. You're just like, this is a lot going on right now. And some people might not like it or like it. And when there's a lot going on, it can be overbearing but slow at the same time. Because like I said, it's a 2-hour movie, and there was some pacing issues when you're dealing with this subject matter. Because there's some weird sex scenes and weird diabolical mental breakdown scenes, especially with Diane Kruger. She keeps coming back with a broken hip, a missing left boob, a missing arm, and things like that. And then there's an AI called Honey, which is another just weird thing. And the overarching just like, it's a weird movie, and I don't know if I'm understanding it completely of what it's trying to say. And I think that's where my biggest struggle is what is this movie actually trying to tell the audience? What's this movie trying to portray of these different characters? Because Guy Pearce is kind of a weird cat as well, and what he is trying to do. And there's also just weird things that are explained by him and Diane Kruger about, missing fingers, are the Russians, are the Chinese, are just being manipulative. And you're just like, what is the truth? And I don't think this movie completely tells the truth, because every single one of these people in the movie, except the main character, Vincent Cassel, is mostly a conspiracy theorist or just having mental freaking breakdowns. And that's where I'm struggling with what the overarching thing that did occur in this movie. Because you can say that A, he is having a mental breakdown. Guy Pearce is having a mental breakdown because he wants to know what's happened to his ex-wife. Or C, it's more simplistic that we're thinking because maybe his wife was having an affair with one of the doctors. And there's a scene with the doctor being in a gravesite. So maybe the main guy did do it the whole time, but it doesn't make sense that he would do it or have the opportunity to do it whatsoever. So it's also a weird thing about love, cheating, death, and everything like that, where you're just like, I don't know who to believe or what is the actual truth. Because they do try to bring up this thing where this doctor either was doing experiments on these 9 specific bodies, and that's why there was this terrorist attack that was occurring, or it's all made up by a specific Chinese doctor who told that they are fake modules, fake things growing on the bones. I don't know. It is so weird of this movie, and I think I probably did miss a couple plot points or different dialogue segments because I wouldn't say it bounces around a lot, but there's just a lot of stuff going on of what to believe, who to believe, who's he really in love with. Is he in love with his, sister-in-law? Is he in love with his blind lady? Who is this Hungarian person? Who is this eco-terrorist in Iceland? Iceland dealing with this stuff, this missing doctor. It's like, okay, you're thinking, and the ending is so abrupt where I had to like go online and be like, is that how did this end? Because I was just watching the movie. They're in a plane. He kisses the blind lady, and it's like, end scene. And you're just like, but right before that, there's a huge plot device to talk about Guy Pearce and his missing fingers and who's attacking him. Diane Kruger with a more conspiratorial theory of, who put this body in a grave and who did these 9 things and who's doing what to who. Are the things really growing on the bones? Are there experiments to these bodies? And you're just like, ah! Yes, I understand it's a whole movie about grief and loss and what to believe and who to believe, but I have no idea who to believe in this movie or what to do with this movie because, my God, it's weird, it's crazy, and I don't think it portrayed its message well enough, especially with this Honey AI character, because it doesn't make sense. There's this one scene, okay, so he's having these daydreams, right, of like his wife slowly decaying or losing body parts because of this doctor doing experiments on her. But then there's a Honey AI character that, has the same thing. I don't know, is the guy in the guy's, daydream? Because he's like, he could see what he's like dreaming and hearing what he's dreaming. But the exact same koala bears, it's bonkers. And I don't know, in a really good way. So the Shrouds will receive a 2.5 out of 5 blue futons, which equals that 50%. So let's see the critics and user scores gave this one. So you have critics a 74% with 115 of them. There is no audience score. Apparently this came out in TIFF and doing a very, very limited release. So I'm probably one of the few people that actually seen this one. Critic consensus. Ruminating on the love within loss, The Shrouds is a personal and particular examination of grief by director David Cronenberg. Yeah, people down below, some people are saying awful, 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5. A lot of people love it, and then a lot of people either hate it. Like, this is either a love it or hate it type of movie, it looks like it. Anyway, 74-50. Chase out here, the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One of these Bhutontopia, you Blue Tony, and thank you for watching. Great down. Watch this tape tomorrow, week from month. Near flowers, you're freaking one of you. Peace and love, peace and love. And would you want to be cremated or buried with people seeing your body get decomposed?